Well, Halloween is this Thursday, and that means candy and treats. But joining me to talk about some healthy options for Halloween is Anna Busenburg, a dietitian with Franciscan Alliance. Thank you very much for being here today.
Thanks for having me.
So, you know, Halloween, it's candy, candy, candy all the time. But tell us a little bit about some of the healthier options that we can come to expect around the fall time.
Well, a lot of people think of pumpkins, and a lot of those pumpkin recipes tend to be very sweet. And so my goal was to try to come up with some healthy pumpkin recipes that weren't necessarily having as much added sugar. So for instance, for breakfast, if you want to enjoy a pumpkin treat, these happen to be oatmeal pumpkin pancakes. And so it's a higher protein pancake option. I took oatmeal and ground it up to make a flour, and then added in egg whites, and then along with some pumpkin pie spice and some vanilla, and topped it off with some maple syrup.
Great, and here we have the chili, is that right?
Yes, this is a pumpkin black bean chili. So as you can see, it has pumpkin puree in it, and then it is topped with some avocado and some chives. It also has bell pepper, tomatoes, and like I mentioned, black beans.
And this stuff smells delicious, but usually around the fall time we're thinking wholesome, hearty food. It's getting cold outside, you want something to kind of put some meat around your bones. So talk about how sometimes hearty and wholesome food isn't always the healthiest stuff, but there are some options that are more healthy.
Right, and with this soup, for instance, this is a lower salt option. I use low salt diced tomatoes, I use a low salt chicken broth, and because I made it myself, it actually has a lower amount of sodium than if you were to buy an equivalent store already made item. So this is a great option. Also the same with the pancakes. The whole grain oatmeal is healthier than just your white flour that you get with your Bisquick.
And people know low fat, low cholesterol, but what can low salt do for somebody's diet?
Well, that's really going to help with their blood pressure. And so people who have maybe had stents placed or had a heart attack, it would be very important for them to follow a low sodium diet and maybe try some of these homemade recipes.
And finally, pumpkin seems to be all the rage. Wherever you look, there's pumpkin this, pumpkin that. It seems to be in everything. Why is pumpkin, especially around the fall time, why is it so popular?
Well, it happens to be in season now. So as you probably noticed when you go to get your jack-o'-lantern, they're growing and ready now. So the best option for a pumpkin to eat, though, would be a pie pumpkin. So that has more flesh in it that is used to make the pumpkin puree.
All right. And talk about Halloween candy. Are some things better than others? It seems like there's all these different kinds. Who knows what's the best? Is any of it great for you, good for you at all?
Well, it's all about moderation. So it's not eating your whole bag of candy. It's spacing it out and consuming a smaller amount. Also, your harder candies, like a Tootsie Roll Pop, is going to be a little healthier than that Reese cup that has a lot of added fat in it.
Okay, that's good to know. Thank you very much, Anna Busenburg from Franciscan Alliance.